there, and welcome to Tuesdays with Annette. Thank you for joining me. I don't know where you are, but I'm in Oran Park at the moment, babysitting my two precious little grandchildren, Sophia, Annette, and Madison. And luckily for the parents, they've gone to Cairns where it's sunny, but down here and in a lot of places down the east coast of Australia, we are wet, really raining. But anyway, I'm here, I'm excited to cook for you today. And what are we making? Well, it is the Indian Tikka chicken out of book 6. So here's the book, the big book, and this is the recipe we're making today. Now the good news is this serves 4, but in the cooking for 2, I've also got it in there, and it serves 2. So up to you. If you want to cook it just 2 serves or 4, you have the choice with those books. Now before we begin, let's go wash our hands because it's Tuesday. I hope you've downloaded the recipe, you've got your ingredients out like I have and ready to cook, but we do need to wash our hands first. So let's get that going. It's fun being in someone else's kitchen for a change, and it is a beautiful kitchen, let's face it. They built this house a couple of years ago, and it's just one of those modern ones that I just love, and very, very easy to cook in. All right, so let's go over what we'll need for this recipe. Okay, so we need 500 grams of skinless chicken breast. Now the variations of that is you can do beef, you can do lamb, and you can do tofu. So you have those options as well, but we're going to do the 500 grams skinless chicken breast. We've got an onion, got some fresh coriander, some chicken stock powder, ginger, garlic, corn flour, can of the no added salt crushed tomatoes. Now this is the important ingredients. It's the tikka paste. I like the Sharwood's brand you get in Woolies, and we're using that. Coconut essence, evaporated milk, and corn flour, and that's basically it, and a bit of cooking spray as well. So the equipment we'll need, I've got electric wok, got a spoon, I've got a cup here because we're going to mix the evaporated milk with the corn flour. I've got one of my daughter's sharp knives. I've got the tablespoon, a teaspoon. I've got a fork here to mix that in with, and as well as a can opener. So we'll put that over there. Chopping board, and basically I think that's all we need. So thanks for joining me. If you've just come in, we're making Indian Tikka chicken out of book 6. It's also in Cooking for 2. So I'm going to start first by just doing the onion and getting that out of the way. Oh no, let's talk about the winners from last week's show. Oh my gosh, we cannot forget these fabulous winners. So last week's show was the Portuguese veal palmy, and that was out of book 7, and a lot of people were raving over that because it's so easy. And so we have 3 winners, as always. Carolyn Formosa was a very happy gal. Margaret Garraway and Diane Downton all won a copy of book 7. So stay tuned later and I'll tell you how you can win either book 6 or Cooking for 2. You will have a choice. So we start with an onion, and you cut it in quarters, and then you slice. Basically, all you have to do with this recipe is chop up some onion, some chicken, and your herbs. It is the easiest recipe, and I kind of picked it because I thought, oh, I'm going to be in someone else's kitchen, we're going to be, minding the grandkids. Let's do an easy, super easy recipe, and I don't think it gets any easier than this one. So there is your onion. So you've got your onion. See, I always peel the onion before I start the show because it just is a bit tedious. So I hope you've peeled your onion and you're chopping your onion. And because every week, of course, you go in, download the recipe from simplytoogood.com.au, and you can cook with me. So now with the coriander, hello, if you just joined me, it's Indian Tikka time. That's right, we're doing a chicken recipe, a beautiful Indian dish that is so much lower in fat than the traditional Indian dish. Indian dishes, to me, can be a no-go for anyone wanting to lose weight and be healthy. So I need either a half a cup or 10 grams. So I'm just going to do the 10 grams here because it's easier. I'm using coriander because that's traditionally what is in the tikka. Now you either, let's have a look here. I was a bit too generous. There we go. So I'll put that over there and use the rest of that later. With the herb. I'll tell you what you can replace that with as we go. Get that out of the way. So now all we have to do is, yes, chicken. So we're going to now dice the chicken. I'm going to turn my wok on and get that heated. You want bite-sized pieces of skinless chicken breast. As I said, you can do it with lamb, you know, with the lamb shortcut, or you can do it with tofu if you're vegetarian, or you do it with rump. It serves for 500 grams of the chicken. Oh gosh, I hope everyone's safe with these zones. My best friend's in Port Macquarie, so she's had a bit of a worry going on there, but they're doing okay. Their pontoon maybe isn't, but they're okay, and that's the main thing. So sending all my love out to anyone who is in those areas. My gosh, it's not good, is it? Let's just watch. I've got my soapy sink here. Even in my daughter's, I've still got my soapy sink. You know, we have our routines here we do on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So let's get the cooking spray. Quick coat. And let's, oh, I'll probably have to wash my hands again now. Let's put the chicken in. We want to do it a little bit at a time. Keep that sizzle going so it just cooks it all nicely. And look, you know, the traditional tikka recipe would probably have the thigh of the chicken, which is much higher in fat. They would also put cream in. And look, Indians are really good at making things taste amazing. But what they do is they often will put oil in to cook as well, and they'll crush in a what do you call those things, Bill, with the mallet? Morton pestle. They will crush the cashews into a paste and put that in the sauce. So lots of fats, lots of fats. All right, so, but not the Annette Sym way, hello, 6.9 grams of fat, that's right. Okay, let's bring this over. Let's give that a toss. Now I'm going to put in here as well garlic and ginger. Now you want a teaspoon of each. You of course can use fresh, but you know I'm a lazy cook and I like it easy, and so I'm doing it out of the jar. Ginger, garlic, teaspoon, and we're just going to cook that together, and so that the flavours infuse together with the chicken. Look, as I said, what have we done? We've chopped some chicken, chopped some onion, and a bit of coriander. I mean, not very hard, is it? Let's put in the onion now. That can go over here. Well, can I tell you, we actually, originally, someone's just saying, where's the Neoflam knives and blocks? We originally were knives, yeah, and the wok. We're originally driving down to Sydney. Yes, we left on Friday and we got stopped 20 minutes out of Port Macquarie. You cannot get past. So we landed up backtracking and got a flight out of Brisbane, because otherwise we wouldn't have got here. And my daughter and son-in-law's, it's their 10th wedding anniversary, and we weren't going to let them miss that. So we had to choose, what could we put in 2 cases? And unfortunately, those things, we couldn't bring them down. But we had them in the car because we had our lights, we had everything. So we're just making do, and at least we're here. Because at one point there we didn't know. We were stuck in the middle. We couldn't go to Nambucca up that way. We couldn't go down to Sydney. We didn't know whether we were going to get here. So we were really glad when they opened up the highway going north and we were able to come down. So that's what we were doing. Okay, now we've got our chicken and onion done, our garlic and ginger's in. So let's put in the tikka paste. Now this is the key to everything. You know what, I'm sure Indian people, they would make their own paste. Oh please, who can be bothered? It's quick, easy. This is the Simply Too Good way. I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons. Now remember, you're working with a 15 tablespoon when you're doing my recipes, not a 20. Otherwise it'd be way too much. Oh, look at that, yum. Hello, if you've just joined me, yes, I've got my wok going here and we're making Indian tikka chicken. We've done the onion, the garlic, the ginger, the chicken. Now we've put in the tikka paste. Oh, and this is where you really get that authentic Indian food. And this is, I do a lot of Indian cooking because I'm sorry, it's so high in fat when you go to the Indian shop that for me as a healthy person, it just wasn't a go for me, especially when I was losing my weight. So what did I do? I made up my own recipes. Yes, that's how I roll. All right, so let's put in the can of chopped or diced, no added salt, tomatoes. So you can see, really very, very simple recipe, but high in flavour. Yes. And then we put in a teaspoon of the chicken stock powder. So if you change it to beef or lamb, you'll put beef stock powder in. And just give that a mix in. Now I normally when I have this, I have rice. We didn't bother making any rice here today though, because we're gifting this to the lovely lady Cass, who lent me her wok. So you've got the benefits if you do something nice for me. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to put in the evaporated milk. Now there's a bit of a story here that's going on with evaporated milk. You know how we always say, oh, please don't change products for us. Well, apparently Nestle are bringing out a 340 ml can of the light milk. Why? Why Nestle, I ask you? So in Coles, it's 340, but in Woolworths, they've still got the 375 ml. So we need to go there. I mean, why would they do this? What's wrong with 375 ml? I mean, anyway, 375 ml of the evaporated light milk, and of course this is replacing the cream. Now if you're lactose intolerant, use lactose-free milk. If you don't want to have any dairy, it's really nice with almond milk, but you add a little bit more corn flour in to compensate if you're using the milks. Now I'm going to put in a teaspoon of coconut essence, and that brings that coconut milk flavour. It's not in the supermarkets like Coles and Woolworths anymore, but you can normally find it in IGA, or go to the Queen's website and you can buy it there. And last we're going to put in is a teaspoon of corn flour, and I'm just going to give that a little bit of a whisk up. And in it goes. Look at this. Oh, how easy was this recipe? I mean, please. And all we have to do is wait for that to boil, and I'm now going to chuck in my chopped up coriander. Now, if you're like my daughter who goes, ew, coriander, you've lost me, I would suggest that you replace it with either, you could do parsley, it's half a cup, or 10 grams. It's probably a good idea to just go with the 10 grams with you changing your herb over. You could even do basil. I reckon basil would be nice in it too, but I think it needs a little bit of a herb in there, so a fresh herb, not a dried herb. And then all you have to do is bring that to the boil. I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? I'm sorry, it is the best Indian cooking on the planet. Now let me tell you the breakdown. For chicken, it's 6.9, yes? For beef, it's 10.6, lamb is 10.8, and tofu is 14. Look, here we go. Let's turn this off. Dinner's done for Cass. She's going to be very happy, and as I said, really nice with rice. If you would like to win, yes, of course, we want 3 winners every week. What you have to do is you have to like, share, and then just write something in the comments on Tuesdays. It could be anything you like, and you can then choose, would you like the big book, book 6, which has a 28-day weight loss masterclass in it, as well as these fabulous recipes, or you might want to go with the latest one, which is the cooking for 1 or 2. You get to choose. Now, what are we going to be making on Thursday's show? Well, I thought, let's do Sym slaw. I'm sorry, I know it's my name. I love it, the Sym name. But I'm going to show you how to make it out of cooking for 1 or 2, not out of book 2. because it makes enough just for a couple of people. And often we want to have sides, but when you've got to make a big bowl of it, it's too much for 2 people. So I'm going to do it that way for you on Thursday. And it's not a normal coleslaw, please. Oh no, Sym slaw is to die for. So join me on Thursday with that. Now next Tuesday, I'm going to be back in the kitchen again. You'll be able to get the recipe from the website, and I'm looking at the Easter theme next week, so I thought let's do chocolate on Thursday. Oh no, Tuesday, I'm sorry. Let's do chocolate on Tuesday because you can have it over Easter, and I'm making a recipe out of book 4. It's the rich chocolate squares. It is the best. And I'm going to do a seafood one on Thursday next week for Good Friday. So here we go. There's Indian butter chicken done. Don't forget to go to the website simply2good.com.au, get the recipe for next Tuesday, and have a fabulous, please stay safe if you're in the wet zones. I think they're saying it's going to get better from tomorrow. I'm really hoping so. We're so over the rain, people, yes. Anyway, take care, and thanks for joining me on the show today. Bye now.